Hello everyone, welcome to Karthikeya IAS Academy. Let's see some topics which are important from the prelims point of view. The first topic is regarding RODTEP scheme. Okay, first we have to see what is the context. Okay, why it is in news. The government on Tuesday notified the rates and norms for the remission of duties. You have to remember the term remission of duties and taxes on exported products. So what is the full form of this? Remission of duties and taxes on exported products. Here we are discussing about the exported products, the duties or the taxes which are levied on the products or the goods which we are exporting to other countries. Okay. With Commerce Secretary B.V.R. Subramaniam asserting it would put some direct cash in the pockets of the exporters soon. What does it mean? That it would benefit the exporters. It would benefit the exporters so that if the taxes are reduced, they may get more orders from other countries. They may have the chance to export more products to the other countries. Thereby, it will be beneficial for the exporters. Now, the scheme had kicked in from January 1st. Okay. After the earlier MEIS and SEIS, what are these? Merchandise and Services Export Incentive schemes. It was replaced. These schemes were replaced by this new scheme. Okay. So earlier we used to have this Merchandise and Services Export Incentive schemes. They were scrapped. These schemes are scrapped. Okay. And in their place we got this new scheme. Now, why we got this? We have to know the background of that. Okay, why actually? What is the need of this scheme? US had challenged India's export subsidy schemes. Whatever schemes we are having, it was challenged in the WTO by USA. Okay, what did it claim? What was the claim? It claimed that they are harming the workers over there, and this dispute was ruled by WTO and it was against India. It was against India, stating that the export subsidy programs, whatever programs we are having in India, okay, the export subsidy programs which are provided by the government of India, export subsidy programs, or the schemes which we are having, which are formed by the government of India, they have violated some of the provisions of the trade norms. Whatever trade body norms which are given by the WTO, they are violated. It is what they are stating. They are violated. Okay, what did they violate? They have violated the norms. Okay, based on these export subsidy programs, they have claimed that they are violating the norms. They are violating the trade norms. Okay, this is what against the India. Now, what did the panel do? Okay, as I have told, there is a claim against India that we have violated the trade norms. So, what did the panel recommend then? If it is against the country, definitely they will give some recommendations. So, what is the recommendations given by them? That the whatever export subsidy programs are there, they have to be withdrawn. The subsidy programs need to be withdrawn. Okay. So this led to the formation of this RODTEP scheme. So this is the reason. This is the reason for the birth of this scheme. Okay. We have to withdraw the existing schemes and this new scheme was brought, so that we want to ensure that India is WTO compliant. Okay, we are not going against to that. We are taking the actions in compliance with the WTO. Okay, we are not against the trade norms to ensure that this scheme is brought and the existing schemes are scrapped. Okay, now if you see here, the rebates, if you see the how much rebates are given, the rebates under the scheme as per the legal advice which are in compliance with the WTO, they will be ranging from 0.5% to 4.3% on the freight on board value. Okay, so what are the lowest items in which the items on which the rate will be very much low, such as chocolates, toffees, sugar, confectionery. And if you see here, the yarns and fibers, they have been granted the highest rate. If you see from lowest to highest, these food items are having low price, low rate, and these yarns and fibers, they are granted highest rate. If you see here, some of the products are not included. For example, they have said that steel, pharma, chemicals, such industries or such products are not included under the scheme, because they say that the exports of these products, the exports of these are doing well even without the incentives. They are doing well without the incentives, so they don't need to be included under this scheme. That is what is mentioned. Okay. Now, if you see here, this scheme RODTEP, it will be valid till March 31st, 2024, and according to that, the reimbursement of the duty in the export items will be done to help the exporters. It is to help the exporters to secure more orders from overseas. Why do they need to help the exporters? So that we can get more orders from overseas. Here, if you see again, I have told you that the steel, pharma, and chemicals, they are doing well, so they are not included under this scheme. But even they are showing the concern that they have to be included at least in the near future, because though these products are going well, the tax are more on the raw materials. Here again, it is a loss for these industries. So even different other industries need to be included. Nearly some 15 in the 15 products types are not included in this. They have to be included because though the products are going well, still there is a loss to the exporters while they are exporting the raw materials. So they are saying that even these industries have shown their concern that they need to be included under this scheme. The next topic is Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Here, if you see this, why this person is in news, first we'll check, then we'll learn about the person. The statue of Sikh Empire founder. So here we can learn that he is the founder of the Sikh Empire. Who is he? Maharaja Ranjit Singh. His statue was at Lahore Fort and it was vandalized. Okay, this is not the first time. Even earlier two times they have vandalized this. This is the third time since it was installed. So when it was installed in the year 2019, and it has been earlier two times it has been vandalized, and this is the third time on Tuesday they have vandalized it. Okay, here what is the reaction? Here it is considered that it is increasing, like it is growing intolerance towards the minorities. We know that Muslims are the majority population in the country Pakistan. Now next to them we can see Sikh. Okay, because we know that the Punjab area is shared between India and Pakistan. So here in this area we can mostly find Sikhs. So but if you consider the population over there, the Sikhs are the minorities there. It means they are very less in numbers compared to the Muslims. So here the intolerance is growing towards the minority in the neighboring country. This is one example for that. Okay, even the whatever the establishment is there, they are not able to control such activities against the minorities, where they are doing something with the activities which are increasing the intolerance towards the minorities. Such activities are not being controlled even through the government over there. Next, if you see here, when was that statue unveiled? I have told you that it was installed in the year 2019. Okay. So as I told you, it has been vandalized by a member of the banned outfit TLP. Okay. TLP means Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan. So member of this has vandalized this, and this is a religious organization in their country. Now, if you see, in June 2019, this statue was unveiled. So, if you see the background, in 2019, the statue was unveiled in a colorful ceremony in which several Sikh delegates from India, Pakistan, and other countries also participated. Okay. Now, the event was organized by Bobby Singh Bansal from UK. From his organization, he donated this in collaboration with the Valley City of Lahore Authority. So why actually they have installed? They want to increase the friendly nature towards the Sikh, so that more tourists will be coming there, more Sikh tourists will be coming there, and they want to support the Sikh. They want to give the support to the Sikh, so they have installed it. But since then, it has been three times they have vandalized the statue. Now, if we have to learn about Maharaja Ranjit Singh, if we see about Maharaja Ranjit Singh, he is the founder of the Sikh Empire, as I have discussed earlier. He is the founder of the Sikh Empire. So, He ruled the Northwest India. He ruled the Northwest Indian subcontinent in the early half of the 19th century. In the early half of the 19th century, he has ruled the northwest part of the Indian subcontinent. So, if we see the names given to him, he is known as the Sher-e-Punjab. What does it mean? He is considered to be the Lion of Punjab. At the age of 21, he was made as the Maharaja of Punjab. At the age of 21, he was proclaimed as the Punjab Maharaja of Punjab. So the names given to him are Sheri Punjab, it means Lion of Punjab, and at the age of 21 years, he was proclaimed as the Maharaja of Punjab. So if we see about the statue which we are discussing now, which was vandalized, it is a 9 feet tall statue. It is a 9 feet tall statue, and it is made of cold bronze. The statue is made of cold bronze, and it shows the legal Sikh emperor sitting on a horse. He was sitting on a horse and with a sword on his in his hand. This is about the description of the statue. Okay, it is 9 feet tall. It is cold bronze, and he was sitting on a horse with a sword in his hand in complete Sikh attire, in complete Sikh dressing. Okay, now if we see why actually they what is the need for them, as I have already told you, it is to commemorate the 180th death anniversary of Maharaja. Okay, it was to commemorate the 180th death anniversary of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. And they want to improve the long lasting relationship or the friendship among the people of Punjab. For that reason, they have installed this statue, but it has been continuously vandalized by the people of Pakistan. Next, umbrella headed algae. It means that the shape of the algae is like an umbrella. For that reason, they are calling it as umbrella headed algae. Okay, after nearly 4 decades, a group of botanists from Central University of Punjab, Bathinda, have discovered an algal species from the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So the thing you have to remember here is from where they have found it, from the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now, what is the shape or the structure of that? It is 20 to 40 millimeters. It's a very small in size, 20 to 40 millimeters, and it has a stunning bright green color. It completely resembles like an umbrella, as I have told you. It means it looks like a mushroom and has grooves on its caps measuring to 15 to 20 mm in diameter. The diameter of it is 15 to 20 mm. Now, this is named as, okay, this is named after the imaginary sea mermaid Isitabularia Jalakanyake. Okay, this is the name of this species, and it is very primitive and is a single celled organism. When it is a single celled organism, it will be very interesting for the botanist to study about them. Okay, now if you see about it, it is very highly regenerative. This algae is very highly regenerative in nature. What does it mean, regenerative in nature? It means even if you chop the top portion, if you chop the top portion of the algae, it can again grow back. If this is the algae and if you cut the top portion again, it will be growing. So it is regenerative in nature. So when was it spotted? It was spotted in 2019 at the island, and it took 2 years to identify and fully understand the morphology of this algae, for which extensive DNA sequencing was needed. Okay, so though it was found in the year 2019, it took completely 2 years for them to identify this species. And this newly discovered species is that its nucleus forms a rhizoid structure. What does it mean? What happens if it is having a rhizoid structure? It facilitates the algae to attach itself to shallow rocks. So if there are big rocks, it will be attaching itself to these rocks. Okay, now if we see here, there are threats to these algae. Which kind of threats you can see? As I have told you, they are available, like we found them in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So in the islands, both in the Andaman Nicobar or the Lakshadweep Islands, we can mostly find coral reefs. Okay, and it is having a rich marine biodiversity. Okay, we know that both our islands are having very rich marine biodiversity. Like other islands or any coastal areas around the world, the main threat, what will be the main threat? The increase in the sea level rising. Okay, so here though it is having increase in the sea level rising due to the global warming, here this for this algae, this is not the main concern, this is not the main threat. Then what is the main threat to this? The main threat is climate change. How can my climate change be a main threat to this algae? Here what happens due to the climate change, the oceans are warming up. What happens here? The oceans are getting heated, they are warming up. Because of this, there will be increase in the acidification. Because of this, there will be increase in the acidification. So both the global warming, both the ocean warming and the acidification, both are harmful for this algae. They easily die because of this. So this is the major threat for this algae. Okay, thank you.